Welcome to Undisputed. We're live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp.
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
Hey, how are you,
We'll never
Skip?
finish the read.
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
So nice of you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
asking.
you.
I'm good.
Thank you.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm wondering what you're doing here.
What do you mean? What
You're
am I doing?
supposed to be in Cleveland with your man LeBron and be front running over what's left of the Cavs.
You got somebody there.
Huh? Yeah, who?
Yeah, Miss Triple Dub.
Oh,
Yeah, she couldn't get out of her.
Oh.
She couldn't get out of her lease early, Jenny.
This could be Miss Quadruple Dub tonight.
Nah, we
Come
don't
on.
know all that.
Huh?
How you doing today, Jenny?
I'm great.
You
Thanks
look
for
nice.
asking.
Got on that Tom Ford leather skirt. I got on my home team.
Only everyone else could
Going
see.
straight
Thank
to
you,
the club
Shannon.
after she leave here, Skip.
It's a bit early for that, and I'm not going to the club, Skip. Not today, because we have too much to get to. Like Shannon's guy LeBron, is he really going to dominate tonight when he heads back to Cleveland? We'll discuss that. Plus, Skip, is he going to keep leading the Michigan bandwagon?
Yep.
A lot to get to.
Might just-
Snoop Dogg is also live in studio
Whoa,
later. We got a lot
whoa,
to talk
whoa.
to him about.
You improve your stash, all right?
Skip.
Huh?
You're going to have them start drug testing me. We don't even have a policy here yet.
Yeah, we don't even need to do that. All right,
Yeah.
don't get any ideas. We're going to start in the NFL. The Rams and Chiefs showed why they're two of the best offenses in the league when they combined for 105 points on Monday. Jerry Jones was asked yesterday if his Cowboys could compete against these high-powered offenses, and he said they could. Jones said his team would play a different style of game, which would rely on their defense because he doesn't see them, quote, airing it out like that. Shannon, is there any truth to this?
No. I believe the teams that Jerry mentioned are a step above the Cowboys. And when Jerry says they will play a style different, that's the only style you know how to play. You can't play a style like the Rams because you don't have the quarterback. You don't have the offensive weaponry that these two teams have. And, you know, just because you say you want to keep the game, and I know what Jerry said. Jerry says he wants to keep the game low scoring. But, Skip, what they do, what the Rams and the Chiefs do, and the Saints, and he didn't mention the Saints, but I'm going to throw the Saints in there, is that they put so much, because their offense...
Maybe he didn't miss you because he's got to deal with them in 2 weeks,
Yeah,
right?
but-
Or 1 week, one week from tomorrow.
Right, whether he mentioned them or not.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Skip. What these teams do is that they put so much pressure on your offense to match them scoring that you take risk that you're not comfortable taking, or you do things that's outside of what you would normally do. Skip, to slow a football team down like Kansas City and the Rams, what do you have to do? You need to be good on third downs. To keep the ball, stay on the field, keep their offenses off the field, but you also have to be really good on third down defensively to get them off the field. The Cowboys on offense are 23rd at third down conversions. On the flip side, hard to imagine. It's hard for me to believe that the Cowboys are 29th in getting teams off the field on third down, but they're second in scoring. Also, offensively, what do your offense need to do, Skip? I believe in order to beat these two teams, you got to get to what's the magic number? I believe you got to get to at least 28 points. The Cowboys only one time, Jenny, this year have scored 28 or more points.
Don't tell Jenny, tell me.
I'm looking at you, talking to you. I can talk to Jenny, too. She's up here.
Yeah, because she's just going to say, yeah.
No, she's not.
Not true.
Okay, let me ask you a
Right
question.
down the middle, Skip.
Okay, let me ask you a question. How many times have the Cowboys offense scored more than 28 points, Skip?
Do you have a cold?
No, I'm asking
I
you.
just wondered.
You said ask you.
Kleenex. We need Kleenex.
You said ask you. Okay, Skip, if you don't mind me asking, how many times have the Cowboys offense scored 28 or more points?
Is it my turn to go?
No. You say you want me to talk to you. I'm talking to you. No, it's not your turn.
I'll start when it's my turn.
Okay.
I'll let
The
you-
Cowboys have only scored 28 or more points once. That was against Jacksonville. The Rams have only not gotten to that number once. That was against the Broncos. They won that game. The Chiefs have gotten to that number in every game except twice. And they won both of those games. Let this sink in for a second. The Chiefs scored 51 points and turned the ball over 5 times. The Rams scored 54 points and turned the ball over twice. The Cowboys had no turnovers and got 22. The Cowboys had 0 turnovers and got the 22 points. So what am I supposed... Come on, Skip. I get it, Jerry. Jerry, Skip, I tell you what, Jerry would love to have these type of offenses, now wouldn't you, Skip? See, Jerry like box office. That mundane, pedestrian, you can win some games like the way the Cowboys play, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about, oh, did you see how the high-flying Cowboys offense? Everybody's talking about that. If Jerry didn't care about box office, Skip, why the hell did he build a $1.5 billion stadium? Because he likes bonanza. He likes big. He likes people to talk about him. Ain't nobody talking about that offense. Everybody's talking about this. This is the wave of the future. Future.
Really?
Yeah.
In the same radio interview, Jenny just read a portion of it.
Yeah.
He went on and on about how we used to be those two teams with Tony Romo, and that got them where? Huh? And he mentioned that classic shootout with Peyton Manning. Who won that game? Help me out.
You know what?
Yeah.
But what happened? Why did they win?
Because Tony Romo, when you least expected it, threw it to Danny Trevathan and gave Peyton Manning and company a walk-off chip shot field goal.
Skip,
shot.
How many yards did Tony Romo throw for that day?
506, wasn't that what it was? 506 yards and lost at home at Jerry World.
48.
Yep, pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
48 points and lost 51-48. That's a shootout.
Yeah,
Right?
you like that.
I did not like that. It nearly took 2 more years off my life watching that game. Is it my turn now?
It's your turn.
So, usually or often, Jerry just talks a little crazy, talks out of his you-know-what. But in this case, I think Jerry was speaking some truth here. I'm not going to say total truth, but some truth, because this Cowboy team, as it has started to peak and come together, and I told you the other day, it hasn't peaked yet. It has the ingredients, all the right ingredients to upset either the Rams or the Chiefs, or dare I say, the New Orleans Saints. And it's just like I've been telling you since before the season started, that Michigan has all the correct strengths to offset Alabama's strengths and upset Alabama if it comes to that in the playoffs. And we'll see what happens this Saturday. You'll be there at Columbus, Ohio. So the point is that what did we just witness the Dallas Cowboy defense do? Mr. Sharp, back in what used to be your hometown of Atlanta, GA.
Yes.
What happened? Somehow my Cowboy defense held Matt Ryan and Julio Jones and Sanu and Ridley to 1 touchdown on their home carpet, to 1 touchdown in the fourth quarter. It took them until the fourth quarter to score their lone touchdown. Is that good? I'll ask you that question. Thank you. You said it's very good. So what do Dak and Zeke do best when they're at their best? They drive the football the way I think nobody can drive the football. I'm talking about 15 plays, 80 yards, with lots of third down conversions and eating 8 or 9 clock minutes. What was the famous Bill Parcells quote before they played the Buffalo Bills? What was it? What was the name?
K-gun.
K-gun offense, when it looked like the Giants would have no shot. He said on the bus leaving the championship game, he said, we will shorten the game. So if you can shorten the game, you can win games like this, because we saw what happened when Bill Belichick played. He was then the coordinator for Parcells. What did he do to the greatest show on turf in the 2001 season Super Bowl? They were 16-point underdogs, and I don't know how they did it, but they won 20-17 with Tom Brady in his first year as starter, and you have blasted him repeatedly on this show for that game because he threw for a grand total of 145 yards. And I don't know how they did it, but they had 133 yards rushing to the Rams' only 90 yards, and Tom Brady went 16 of 27 through only 1 touchdown pass, but
1 touchdown the entire postseason.
The whole postseason. But in that game, Kurt Warner threw 2 interceptions, and the Rams lost a fumble. So the turnovers were 3-0, and the final score was 20-17. That was a record-setting, high-flying, greatest show on turf.
Yes.
Then if we do the reverse of that story, what happened after Tom Brady's record-setting 2007 season, throwing bomb after bomb to Randy Moss? What happened in that Super Bowl against Eli Manning? I hate to even bring it up. It's a painful memory. But Tom Brady lost 17-14. They had averaged 37 points a game, and they were held to 14 points. Why was that, Mr. Sharp? It was because the Giants can't rush the passer, right?
Oh, okay.
And they were all over Tom Brady all game. They sacked him 5 times. They probably hurried him, 15 times in that game. They hit him 6 or 8 more times. And they lost that game 17-14, and they were held to 274 total yards. They averaged 411 for the season. How could that be? How could that be? Well, this is why it can be.
Okay, here's the
correct ingredients to offset.
You know, you said earlier, you started off like Jerry speaking some truth. My grandma used to say, Jenny, there's a little truth even in a lie. You see what happens, Jeannie, when you beat two average football teams? You beat the Atlanta Falcons. Skip, what's their record? You beat the Philadelphia Eagles. What's their record? Now, all of a sudden, you go on national TV or you go on your radio show and you talk, oh, yeah, well, we can beat these teams. Really, Skip Bayless?
Who did you think was going to win those games?
Whoa, time out.
Well, seriously.
Hold on.
I think you thought the Eagles and the Falcons were going to win those
but
games.
here's the thing. The Falcons also scored 14 points against Cleveland. When was the game? When was the last time you saw Kansas City score 14 points? Now, you remember last year, the Rams, they got into a shootout with the Rams last year. How did that work out for them, Skip Bayless?
Well, Sean Lee did get hurt in the second half.
No Sean Lee. Oh.
But they were way up at halftime.
But you got into a shootout. Why, Skip? Because they forced you to. And when you got into a shootout, you lose the quarterback battle, you lose the skill position battle because your wide receivers and tight ends can't touch this.
What's the difference in this Cowboy team and that Cowboy team of a year ago? What's the difference? Amari Cooper has changed everything for this Cowboy team just in the last 3 games. The first game didn't really count because it was his first game right out of the box against Tennessee on Monday Night Football, and that was a disaster. But all of a sudden, he's starting to get a hold of it, and he's starting to open up things for Cole Beasley and Michael Gallup and Alan Hearns. All of a sudden, things are starting to happen because the offensive line right on schedule has finally gelled. It is finally clicking and, dare I say, dominating, because what happened? I'm knocking on wood because I don't like to wish injury upon anybody, but Connor Williams, the liability, the weak link at left guard, he was a liability. He got hurt. God bless him. I hope he gets better, but I hope he does not return to the lineup. Because since he's been gone, they have started to dominate. And who did that free up? Who did that create super highways for? Ezekiel Elliott. And all of a sudden, he's dominating. They are controlling the clock. They're controlling the football. They're doing what they do best. So now I look at the teams that you are lauding and applauding, the Rams and the Chiefs.
Yes.
They are disasters on defense. The Rams, they're 21st in yards allowed, which is shocking, but they're 23rd in points allowed. I thought they were going to be top 5. They're not even close to top 5. And guess what else about the Rams? In big plays, which are runs of 10-plus yards or catches of 20-plus yards, they're the worst in the National Football League. They've allowed 100 big plays. Guess who's second in that category? The Chiefs have allowed 97 big plays.
But guess where you rank as far as getting big plays?
Interesting.
Where do you rank as far as getting big plays? Again,
so with the new wideout, do you have a better chance of making big plays? Yeah, you do. Converting third downs? Yes, you do.
Skip, the thing is that when you look at the Rams, they have the ability to exploit what the other team does poorly. They throw the ball exceptionally well. You guys do not. You keep telling me about these
Yes, but we can defend the pass very well.
Skip.
We might just take that away from
Let me ask you a question.
And all of a sudden, you're Kurt Warner or you're Tom Brady versus the Giants.
But
Wait a second. What happened?
You don't have Bill Belichick, but that's neither here nor there, Skip.
I don't know. I mean, we may not have that guy. We got somebody better than him right now, for sure, Chris Richard.
Don't do that, Skip.
Yeah, I do. I think he's better. Well, he was the brains behind the Legion of Boom. Am I right?
Hey, Skip, you know them old people that pull them glasses down like that, Skip?
No.
You don't do that.
You know what? I just did that.
No, don't do that.
Because I'm going to do it again. You have no respect for Chris Richard? Did you just take a shot at him? I think you just did.
You've been taking a shot at Connor Williams for the last 3 weeks.
He deserved it.
No, he don't deserve that. He deserves
awful. They're just stubborn pride. It's their rookie draft pick, second round.
Here's the thing. In order to take advantage, and these two teams are really bad in pass coverage, do you believe you have the skill positions to take advantage like the Rams took advantage of Kansas City, like Kansas City took advantage of the Rams? Because I don't see a Tyreek Hill. I don't see a Travis Kelce. Because really, the only thing that you guys have comparable to what the Rams or the Chiefs have is the running back position. That's it. Quarterback, no chance. Tight end, no chance. Wide receiver, no chance. Amari Cooper is not Tyreek Hill.
Okay. You know and I know. I thought you knew football. I think you know football, but there are different ways to skin these cats.
Yeah.
And you can skin them.
I don't like cats.
I don't like cats either.
I like cats.
You do like cats?
Yeah, I do like cats.
Oh, I don't.
Had a couple of them growing up.
Did you?
Yeah, my grandmother found one and brought it home.
Okay. Well, good for you. I thought you were a dog person.
I am a dog person.
You're a dog and a cat person.
I don't want a cat, but I don't have a problem with cats.
Okay. Well, I do have a problem with Sean McVay because he's got a huge ego. He is the boy genius, and on Monday night, we saw him try to fight fire with fire. I'm going to out Andy Reid, Andy Reid. I'm going to show my genius is bigger than Andy Reid's genius. And I got Todd Gurley, but I don't need Todd Gurley because whatever they can do, we will do better. Bombs away, right?
Yeah, you should.
And he should have lost the game, but Patrick Mahomes just handed the game to the Los Angeles Rams. And Todd Gurley had 12 carries in that game, a season low, which was one lower than the mere 13 carries he had at New Orleans against Drew Brees. Because what was that? They lost 45-35. He wanted to match genius with Sean Payton.
No, Skip,
so you got ego going on here. That's vulnerability.
He got behind early, and a lot of times when you get behind early, you have to throw the ball to catch up, and it neutralizes your run game. And so that's what the Rams and the Chiefs will be counting on, to get a lead early and to take Zeke Elliott out of the ball game. Again, but here's the thing, Skip. What can Kansas City and what can the Rams do exceptionally well? They can rush your quarterback. If you don't mind me asking, who has the 30th ranked offensive line as far as giving up sacks? The Dallas Cowboys. Who would have thought it?
Okay, what did I just try to explain to you? Everything changed. The heavens opened up. Connor Williams is no more.
Skip.
Xavier Su'a-Filo. Remember that name?
Yes.
He's the new left guard. He's a reject from the Texans, a second-round pick out of UCLA. He has changed everything. All of a sudden, cohesion happened. Unity happened. They have been dominating. They have been protecting.
In the last 3 games, they've given up 12 sacks.
Okay, but that came against Tennessee in the debacle. That's
what they gave up 4 against Philly.
Okay, but what did it matter?
See, but you can't.
Did Zeke get loose? Yep, he did.
But here's so
you're missing the boat here.
But
every once in a while, almost every year, some team comes out of nowhere about this time of year and catches fire.
Yeah.
And my team has
Indy.
the best chance to do it. Maybe
Indy.
it is. Maybe it is. Indy's not my team's.
Don't worry about. Hey, you need to worry about. I'll tell you what. Who's gonna block Aaron Donald? Who's gonna block Justin Houston, Chris Jones, and D Ford? Well, because you make it seem like it's your offense against their offense.
I got to tell you, Aaron Donald played at Jerry World last year, and you can look it up. Go look at his stats. I don't even remember him being in the game. But again, that line was healthier, and they had Travis Frederick at center.
Yeah, and they doubled him.
Okay.
But now he just said, you know what? I don't care if you double. They done paid him his money.
Yeah.
He said, I don't care if you double me.
Well,
think about that. That dude has 14 and a half sacks as a 3 technique. That's unheard of.
I tweeted this the other night. He is the rare player, maybe the only player I can ever remember who got his money, huge money, and got better after he got his money. Yeah. Usually it works in reverse, as you know. So I will give you that. But I'm just saying the ingredients are here because you speak of rushing the passer. My team can really rush the passer. It can really disrupt. It can really torment. I got 2 guys. I got DeMarcus Lawrence-Taylor and Randy Gregory flying off the edge. I got Jalen Smith flying up the middle as one of the better blitzing linebackers you will see.
You got to play. Hey, what are they going to do with Tyreek? Tyreek just needs 2 seconds. Can you get there in 2 seconds?
Maybe.
What you going to do with Travis Kelce? You want the tackling Dutchman or Jalen Smith guarding him down the field, Skip?
Okay, that's probably what you were thinking before the Atlanta game on Sunday, right?
No, I'm not confusing a Hooper with Travis Kelce.
Okay. Well, you'd say Julio's the best receiver in football.
Yeah.
You said yesterday he's better than Tyreek Hill.
Okay,
so wait a second. What are you going to do with Julio? What are you going to do with Julio? Well, guess what? You beat Julio, and you should have beaten him badly.
What have I also said? I don't like Steve Sarkisian calling the plays.
Okay.
I made that crystal clear, abundantly clear.
Okay.
So do I like Andy Reid? Do I like Sean McVay? The boy wonder and the mad genius? Of course I do. But you know what, Skip Bayless? I tell you what, this is what you do. Keep winning. Keep winning. And we'll see. Because I know the Rams going to be in the playoffs. Are you sure you will be?
I want Patrick Mahomes to just keep turning it over. That's what I love. He's your homeboy, right?
Yeah, my homeboy.
Patrick, my homeboy, and you've jumped on the wrong bandwagon again because here he comes. He had 5 turnovers on Monday night. But he gave the Rams 21 points.
He gave it to him.
Wait a second. He threw 2 interceptions in the last minute and 30 of the game with the game on the line.
And still almost went for 500.
Unclutch?
And almost went for 506 too.
Really? You still got him? You still got him? You still good?
Let me ask you a question. Moving forward, what's more likely? He have another game where he throws 6 touchdowns, or he has another game where he throws 5.
That's about a 50-50 call.
I like that.
Depends how good the opponent is, because when he was up at Foxborough, he was throwing it to the Patriots, man.
You know what I noticed? I ain't heard nothing about Tom Brady in the MVP conversation. Because you know why, Jenny? Because he's 15th in TD passing. Is that your MVP?
And his team is 7-3 in position to, dare I say, make a run at the #1 seed in the AFC. Dare I say it?
And the famous words of Killmonger. Is this your king? Is this your king?
Yep, he is. He's the reigning MVP.
My homeboy sitting pretty.
I think he's sitting ugly.
I tell you what, you just keep Dak with the little 11, 12 touchdown passes he got. You just keep him rolling right along. You don't worry about my homeboy, and you don't worry about Jared Goff, because Jared Goff doing big things right now.
Kansas City Chiefs are 30th in yards allowed and 28th in points allowed? Really?
And what's their record, Skip?
Really?
What's their record? What's their record, Skip?
What happens every time they play somebody decent?
What?
No,
so
really.
Is Pittsburgh decent? Is San Diego decent?
Wait a second. Pittsburgh should have lost to Cleveland.
Whoa.
They were a disaster. You wrote them off.
There we go.
Okay, no, you did.
What difference does that
They
make?
found themselves. Would it be that way right now? Would Pittsburgh lose badly?
I don't know if they're going to lose badly, but all they have to do is keep winning, and we'll see. Is San Diego any good?
I don't know who San Diego is.
You know, I mean, LA Chargers.
Oh, the LA Chargers. Oh, yeah. They're okay.
It's hard to lose.
Yes,
Okay.
I mean, they've been 60 years of calling them San Diego. But anyway, are they any good?
Yeah, they're good, but you know what? The weather's just going to get colder and colder, and sometimes in the playoffs you wind up outside. Sometimes you do, and it's cold, and it's hard to throw it, it's hard to catch it.
Can you imagine Kansas City's offense in a dome like that Saints offense?
Sounds pretty nice.
Skip, don't do that. When the Cowboys beat a good team, have they beat a team that's over 500 yet? Whoa, hold on, wait a minute. Did you just say that? Oh, no, don't say people don't understand.
But wait a second. They will tomorrow. They will tomorrow. Did you hear that?
That could happen
They will tomorrow.
Washington. Down 3 offensive linemen.
Still
Down your starting quarterback. Down your starting receiver.
All I care about is my Cowboys are going to win the NFC East, and they're going to get to go to the playoffs. Because if you win your division, it's automatic. Maybe you don't even deserve it, but you get to go.
And you get a home game.
Yeah, and all you need to do is get in this tournament, and then things can start happening. Like Aaron Rodgers won Miracle Run. Way back in 2009. It was a miracle. It was a miracle. They were the worst team in the playoffs.
Is Aaron Rodgers playing for the Cowboys?
I'm just telling you, things can happen.
See, I know what
Remember, Aaron Rodgers beat Michael Vick on the road, and Matt Ryan on the road, and Caleb Haney on the road. That was impressive in Chicago. I like that. Way to go.
You ought to be ashamed.
Well, I'm just saying it can happen.
Anything
it can happen.
We put man on the moon.
Yeah, well, maybe a man's about to go back.
No, he ain't been back
It's
since.
going to be a big Thanksgiving for those Cowboys.
Yeah.
One of the Cowboys' most famous fans, LeBron James.